congenital heart defects. This superstar loves making people laugh along with playing video games and soccer. Sammy dreams of becoming a professional soccer player and recently just met his idol Leo Messi. When asked who his favorite Rowdies player is, he chose none other than midfielder Ollie Bassett. Through it all, Sammy has shown an inspiring amount of strength and resilience. Fans, let's give a warm Rowdies welcome to our inspiring Saturday superstar, Sammy Carden.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check.
Check, check, check. Testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3.
Downtown St. Petersburg ready for game night on ESPN Plus and Tampa Bay's 44 as the Tampa Bay Rowdies host Rhode Island FC. This pregame show presented by Farah & Farah, Tampa's personal injury lawyers, and online at farandfarah.com. Welcome inside the booth. We're thrilled you're here. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. It is the final game of what has been a very bumpy Rowdies homestand. Tonight, the final chance before heading on the road, Ryan, for Tampa Bay to impress the home crowd. It's definitely been a tough time.
I think the homestand is actually a good thing that happened to the Rowdies. It gave the coaching staff a chance to assess the players where things stand on the field. And now tonight being the last match in Arlang before they go back on the road, the players have to play it like a final. They have to have some sort of responsibility tonight before they go back on the road towards the fans.
Take a look at the players to watch now, but brought to you by Hooters. The Just moments from kickoff, tonight's match is presented by Hyatt Place, St. Petersburg. Tampa Bay Rowdies coming out of the tunnel alongside the opponent, Rhode Island FC. Should be a fun one tonight at Al Lang. Let's take a look at our starting rotations on each side, beginning with the visitors. First, Rhode Island. We told you about Diqua, but his mate up top, Rodriguez. Maxi Rodriguez is a special player.
Maxi Rodriguez is turning into a legend in this league. He came from Nisa with Detroit. When they got promoted, he came up as well. He's going to play right behind Diqua in a 4-2-3-1 with Cruzera and Fuson on his sides. But Maxi Rodriguez is who makes this team tick.
Goalkeeper plays loud as well. Koke Vegas, the 29-year-old Spaniard, in net for Rhode Island FC in that 4-4-2. As for Tampa Bay, Pacius, of course, the top scorer all year. Campisi, it's been an adjustment in net, but he has held up fairly well. The big story tonight, the youngster Mustali, 21, getting the start.
I love the combination of the very fast Pacius and then the statuesque sort of target man in Mustali. So Mustali can lay the ball off for Pacius around him, and also it is going to give the Rowdies an aerial threat when crosses coming from the sides.
Ralph's mob in attendance here tonight, hungry for that first Rowdies victory here at home in 2025. Tampa Bay characteristic, one in which they conceded 5 goals, just did not seem in form all night long. Last week conceding 3 times in the first half, playing much better in the second half, but tonight, final game of this homestand, this is where you really have to shine.
I think it's so important for the Rowdies, Drew, to control that center circle. It's going to alleviate some of the pressure off of the center backs if they can control the tempo in the midfield.
Underway from Al Lang St. Pete. So Rowdies in the familiar green, gold, and white as Lasso lays into this one. Rhode Island 2 victories on the season, 3 defeats, 3 draws. As Rowdies control from the back. Lasso trying to set it upfield on the clearance. Pass it now, comes through with it. This guy has been scrappy and one of the few bright spots for Tampa Bay thus far in this 2025 season. Rowdies continue to advance it. Here's Bassett now, winding up, shot on goal, and the first save by Vegas. Good sign for Tampa Bay, getting one on frame.
Well, Drew, you and I got a chance to talk to Ollie Bassett yesterday. He is raring to go. The ball is to his feet. He likes to play in small places with Leo Fernandez. This time, Pacius becoming a distributor, seeing the players around him, found Bassett. What a strike and what a save by Vegas.
Replays tonight brought to you by Orlando Health Bayfront. Tampa Bay wants to come out aggressive, showing signs of that here early on. Our coaching matchup looks like this. For Tampa Bay, Steve Coleman still adjusting in his interim head coaching season. He wants to remove that interim tag, but to do that, the Rowdies have got to get some victories and they got to step it up here at this point in the season. Then you've got Connell Smith on the other side, the former Birmingham assistant, and also did some work with the Orlando Pride on the women's side. Very big head.
And really gave them a sort of gentle introduction into USL. Rhode Island got their feet underneath them very quickly and had quite the impressive season.
So our coaching matchup brought to you by Farah and Farah. As Rhode Island now works it up the pitch from the right side. Here come the visitors trying to answer what the Rowdies just brought to them. This ball will land out of bounds. Let's go to the injury report now. Which players are healthy and which are banged up? This is brought to you by Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital, Hilton, and Nyanga That's somebody Tampa Bay's really going to miss. Lewis Hilton, you know they're missing him big time.
Well, they're already missing Nick Moon on this right-hand side. Nyanga, of course, who started most of the games on the right. He gets injured too. Now Leo Fernandez is playing at a right wing back. First time he's played that in a very, very long time, and the Rowdies are dying for one of their right-sided players to come back onto the field.
So Tampa Bay working that touchline. Here's Crisostomo getting head on it. Leo Fernandez will now reset things. Number 10.
Good to see the Rowdies going back to a 3 centre-back position and formation. It's going to bring some more surety in the middle of the defense, and hopefully for the Rowdies' point of view, not leak as many goals as they have in the previous weeks.
Keys to the match brought to you by Farah and Farah. Tampa Bay spreading the wealth here with Lawrence White. Ryan, what have you got?
I think the Rowdies, this is their last game at home before they head back on the road. They have to force the tempo in midfield. They have to create the action, as you will. And as they come for the Rhode Island, be conservative and frustrate the Rowdies. The Rowdies have shown that only scored 7 goals in the last 5 matches.
Played ahead now, it's Bodily, putting it in the box. Pacius waiting for it. It bounces over to Fernandez. Lawrence White has it at his feet, and Tampa Bay with another early chance. Leo puts it in a good spot, right in the middle of that box. Out to Bassett, and Ali will reset.
He looks like he is in the mood, Oli Bassett. Just looking at his body language and his touches on the ball, he has full of certainty when the ball comes his way.
Now here's Aaron Guillen. And once again, the captain's armband, resetting it for the Rowdies. Van Keeseel will spread it to the center circle for us. Lasso, and you see good movement early on by the Rowdies. Nobody keeping it at their feet for more than like 4 seconds.
Yeah, keep it ticking, and this is what creates tempo. This is one of the keys to the game, and Rowdies doing that in the opening 10 minutes.
Now getting inside the box. Here comes Tampa Bay again. This one's going to be touched out, and the Rowdies, led by Pacius, will have their first Colony Grill corner kick.
Well, Pacius has shown that he can score goals. He's scored more than half of the Rowdies' goals so far this season. But what I've seen in the opening tier, his first...
Colony Grill, famous thin crust pizza since 1935. Feels like we've been eating it that long as well. We absolutely love it. Fernandez, the outswinger here. Rowdies fans looking on that far side. Here it comes, all headed. That ball was perfectly drilled by Mustali, but just a little bit high over the crossbar.
Well, this is the aerial dominance that he can bring to the field, and the 6'4" Mustali wasn't too far off. He's going to be the prime target for set pieces tonight.
Rowdies in motion once more, tapped out, and the fans really loving Tampa Bay's momentum here early on.
Well, the 6'5" Mabika from Rhode Island. He's on loan from Toronto FC. He's now complaining with his defenders that there's too many gaps for the Rowdies players to find. But Mabika, we talk about aerial dominance, 6'5". He's going to be the one defending the set pieces against Mustali or Lasso.
Yes. In swinger this time. Oh, right by Lasso. Lasso trying to get to it, bumped into Van Keeseel. And that's one where somebody's got to make contact right there. That was put in a pretty nice zip code.
Beautiful delivery by Leo Fernandez, curling towards the goal. And Forrest Lasso right on top of the 6-yard box, just couldn't find the contact.
So you look at Rhode Island coming into this match. Remember, they've only had about 3 days rest. They played Wednesday night. So if any team has been kind of ripe for the picking coming in here to Al Lang, it is Rhode Island here tonight.
Yeah, 2 thoughts of school on that. I mean, yes, they have some tired legs, and they did make some rotations. Quizera coming in for Brito tonight and company, but to go on the road in Birmingham on Wednesday, to get 3 points on a Wednesday, I mean, they come in here with a lot of confidence, thinking they can come into Al Lang Stadium and continue those winning ways.
7 minutes in. Tampa Bay with some early fireworks. And by the way, fans who are in attendance tonight going to be treated to some fireworks when this contest is over. But these fans also want a victory. They have not seen one here in 2025. Lasso will spread it. Once again, it's Guillen. Posting up, Pacius. Rhode Island not really been able to gain possession thus far. It's headed around. Guillen once more. Sent forward, again it's Mustali. Ball just skates by, and a good job by Mabika, the Zambian, to get it back to the keeper Vegas.
Well, he brings that surety in the backline for Rhode Island, and for this Rhode Island team who's on the road, not only with his physicality, but when he has the ball to his feet, he can definitely bring the ball out to the back to players like Zach Hervo and Maxi Rodriguez and Hostad. I want to give a big shout out to the Raising the Anchor podcast crew. Was on this week with them. They're the ultimate team up there in Rhode Island, and they provide such a great show for the Rhode Island fans. Jason, thanks for having me on. See you guys again soon.
And just to give you guys a heads up, Ryan is available every single week. You are one popular podcaster. I know. Elvis Osmanovic, the head referee tonight. Morales Lastra, the assistant. Pablo Casas, Russell Miller.
Can I just get
also
it?
On the crew.
Can I just get it out of the way? Elvis is in the building. Okay?
That's right.
There it is.
There you go. Fernandez now touches it forward. Leo held up just a bit. Oh, nicely done. Crisostomo got it back to Leo. Fernandez now advancing from that right side. It takes a bit of a bounce. And just a little bit wide of that post.
Well, most people will cross the ball with their right foot in that situation. When you have a left foot like Leo Fernandez, he goes outside of the foot, gets a deflection, wins the corner. Now, the last time he's delivered two beauties from this exact spot. Let's see if he can connect with Mustali or Forrest Lasso on this third one.
So Leo Fernandez. One goal on the season for the Rowdies. Been on this team longer than anybody currently on the roster. Legend in USL Championship. Once again, far post. Sent on the crown, and again it's Vegas. Barely get a hand on it. That near.
Across everyone in the 6-yard box. Koke Vegas is stranded to the spot, and there's Vinca Izil popping up in the last post. And Vegas taking care of his near post.
So Leo getting his fill of corners here early on. Already the fourth corner for Tampa Bay in this game. Sent back again by Mabika. Oh, little collision that time. And that was bodily. Wrong place, wrong time. Ooh.
Totally inadvertent, but no less painful. And you understand, referee Osmanovic trying to get some attention to the player. New rule is any sort of head injury, play has to stop. Looks like it was Quizera and Blake Bodley. Both of them were looking at the ball.
It looked like Bodley was going to get the worst of it, but apparently did not make much contact, or at least hopefully he is okay. We'll certainly keep an eye on that. Bodley right now on the sideline having a bit of a discussion, and hopefully he is back shortly. So 12 minutes in, Rowdies certainly have picked up the pace. You can sense the urgency in this Tampa Bay team thus far. Several early chances, just looking for that finishing touch. I want to tell you about the official ball supplier of USL Championship, Select. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select's there every step of the way. Visit online at us.select/sport.com. Select with the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, player's choice.
Say Select one more time.
Like to select a different read next time. No, Select, our proud sponsor. We love that. Select ball is prime year after year here in USL Championship.
They set the standard when it comes to soccer balls in the US. Select has certainly served the time.
Yes.
And they have set the record in how to produce soccer balls in this incredible USL Championship.
So good sign anytime you can walk off under your own power.
Selectively.
As that is Quizera. An assist on the year will get 10-2 on that Rhode Island sideline. So Quizera and Bodley collide. Bodley looks like he is clearly okay. And when I saw that play happen in real time, I just kind of winced was afraid for Blake because he is just coming off injury as well. He has got to be one that stays on the pitch for the Rowdies.
Yep. And Quizera playing that same sort of left-sided. Both of them are left-footers. And looks like the front of Blake Bodley's head caught the side of Quizera's.
Place this one down. Rowdies will have possession. Time Elvis USL Championship.
Oh yeah, it is a thankless job being a referee on any level.
So we play on. Rowdies fans hope to finally be rewarded here tonight. Tracking back, Grant Stoneman. Palacios following him there. And we'll have a goal kick coming out here by Vegas. Vegas with 720 minutes cashed in here so far this year. 12 saves also for the 29-year-old.
Well, Rhode Island in a little bit of uncharted territory. In the last few games, they've had the lion's share of possession at over 57%. Tell you what, in the opening 15 minutes has been all Rowdies as they've been controlling the midfield.
Here's Bodley. Bodley with the cross. Fernandez there. And again, the visitors quickly advancing. Lasso taken down from behind.
And Forrest Lasso, fantastic positioning, getting there before Dikwa. And as soon as he felt the contact, went over, won the free kick, get in between the player and the ball, initiate the contact, easy whistle for the referee.
Campisi spreading it left. Guillen had it taken away. Now it's Sanchez. Rowdies making life difficult. And difficult for Rhode Island to connect the dots here in the first 20. Sanchez once more. Poussin. Pressing once again. Coming up. That's White crashing the party. Mustali had it momentarily.
This is exactly what Rhode Island needs at this point. Get everyone a touch of the ball, get some rhythm going in our land. And if you're the Rowdies, this is an opportunity to break up a play and try to get a counter-attack. But if the players like Holstad, yep, you want to keep going out wide, use the width of our land field and try to find space in the middle for Dikwa and Maxi Rodriguez.
Wow. Far side now. That was special. Quizera. Best possession by far for the visitors. Sanchez now puts it in motion. Right in the center of the box. And Elvis is there to make the call, pointing right at number 10, Albert Dikwa. The Grand Central Brewhouse, a family-friendly, pet-friendly, community-friendly, two-story brewery, tap room, and beer garden located in the heart of the Grand Central District. Grand Central Brewhouse features traditional lagers and ales, brewed in-house and served directly from European serving tanks. It is the Grand Central Brewhouse. Oh, here comes Rhode Island again. What a tackle by Lasso as he comes up, but does not absolutely kill the play. On the ground, it's Campisi shifting to his right. And we got a late call here.
They're giving a yellow card to Forrest Lasso on the tackle by Maxi Rodriguez. Listen, this is a slide tackle, and I understand in modern day soccer, you can't tackle players from behind. Forrest Lasso got all ball on Maxi Rodriguez coming in from front of him. I'm sorry, I understand they're trying to soften the game up a little bit, but I think referee Afmonovich has taken it just a little too far.
So first key penalty here in this match.
No, he allowed the game to go on. It's a yellow card Forrest Lasso. It's going to be a corner kick. But talk about just, yeah.
So here's Maxi Rodriguez. Had the game winner against Birmingham on Wednesday. And another Colony Grill corner. Lasso again comes up to be a difference maker.
Well, the tough thing about Forrest Lasso now, he's on a yellow card. And as a centre-back, you spend your whole game pushing, shoving, tackling, and trying to fight for space. So now he's on a yellow card for the next, let's say, 60 minutes for something that he got all ball, was not coming from behind, did not come from the side, came right in front of Maxi Rodriguez and won the ball fairly.
Yeah, so much of his game is that physical play. Here's one more look here.
All ball, they call that.
Happened right in front of Elvis Osmanovic. And he decides to set an early precedent in this game.
As long as they're consistent.
Sure. So pass it again. With Pacius. Pacius has a chance. As the keeper just beats him there, Vegas. Rowdies will reset here. Van Casio, Boston in the middle of the field. Long ball here to Bodley. Can he run it down? Right in front of that Rhode Island bench. Players getting loose on that far side.
Oh, with Blake Bodley back on that left-hand side, it gives Rowdies this option to switch sides, go do the diagonal pass towards the corner flag, and Blaze.
And it continues to get feisty. That'll draw another yellow. Second one handed out in the last 2 minutes. Lawrence White this time.
Now this one is thoroughly deserved. We heard that from all the way up in the room. Even though Lawrence White got none of the ball, great call by the referee. That is a yellow card. Big difference from the one before.
Lawrence White trying to really find his stride in his second stint here with the Rowdies. Rowdies will take over possession here. His game has been certainly a bit different than in that first campaign that he had under the great Neil Collins. So it'll be Wyke on the throw in here. This one sent out. You know, eFootball is here. You can live your dream, rep your team, play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. 22nd minute. Rhode Island trying to go to work here. Alder Sanchez. Holstad. Rhode Island and their signature. Here's Bassett coming over once more. Thrilled you're with us tonight on Tampa Bay's 44 and ESPN Plus. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, and our phenomenal Tampa Bay Rowdies crew. It has been a haul on this homestand. Rowdies hoping to finish it up with 3 points.
Well, we talked a little while ago about Rhode Island having to get on the ball. Players like Holstad and company have gotten on the ball now in midfield and starting to give this Rhode Island team some sort of pattern, some sort of tempo, some sort of rhythm. And they're playing their way into the game over the last 8 or 9 minutes. And they've had now the Rowdies on the back foot for the last 5.
Ian with a long throw-in. It's Wyke. Fernandez trying to shield off with a defender. Leo does a great job. Now navigates in traffic. Once partially deflected, Lasso comes all the way up. Tries to keep that run alive. So a little bit extra on the play to force Lasso here tonight. And Crisostomo now resets. Danny Crisostomo overall, Ryan, if you were giving grades on Rowdies this year, I imagine he'd grade pretty well.
Yeah, I think he gets an 8 out of a 10 in that center circle. Rowdies have been not the best in midfield, but Crisostomo has been a shining light. He's been busy in that center circle, getting back, tackling, recovering. And when he has the ball, he has such good control in tight spaces. He can get out of dodge and create for someone else.
So it's Lasso once more here.
Now the Rowdies have been going side to side. It's time to get the ball into Passios' feet or Mustali's feet and have them knock the ball back into Bassett's path or Cristostomo's path. It's okay to go direct to the forward every so often.
This is White. This is the toastiest game thus far here at Al Lang. 84 degrees at kickoff. So starting to feel like summer just a bit, although we're still in mid-May.
Well, I made a public service announcement earlier this week that the oven is officially on in Central Florida, on West Florida.
Rhode Island now with the throw-in. Rhode Island, the Ocean State. Have you ever been to Rhode Island? Right.
No, but I heard it's the smallest state in the country. Is that correct?
I believe
I've
so.
driven past Rhode Island, all 4 minutes of it, yeah. Superb job. My whole stat is on the ball right now, who has changed the tempo of this game over the last 5 minutes. He's getting on the ball, and the players are wanting to give him the ball. And he's going from side to side and creating this tempo for Rhode Island.
Rowdies doing a lot of chasing here over the last few minutes. And Van Kazeel in the box. Again, the visitors will keep it. Very slowly and methodically handling it right now. Sanchez again with Fernandez starting to mark a little tighter. Here comes Cristostomo, and there's a takeaway. Passios now with some open pitch. Moves Passios. Passios will give it a ride. And again, it's Vegas. Right place, right time. He got there, going to his right.
We talked about Cristostomo. He broke up the play, then got it into Woobs' feet. And having a left-footed drive, awkward hop for Vegas, but good job in the end to smother it.
You can enter the Prinks Tires Tailgate Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $3,000. Scan the QR code on screen here to enter today. That's the Prinks Tires Tailgate Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack up to $3 grand. Into that Colony Grill sign. Ryan, I know you got to put your phone away. You were scanning there for a minute, trying to chance at 3K. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Even from the booth.
Yeah, excuse me a second. I'll be right back.
So now it's Lasso. Playing a little keep away. Albert Dequa, haven't called his name much here in this opening half. Guarantee you he is going to be a factor before the night's through.
You know, it's a name we haven't talked about in a while. What about Zach Hervel? 2 years with the Rowdies, only played 10 matches, got a horrific injury earlier on, couldn't get back on the field, and when he did, came back off with injury. Didn't find any momentum, but a heck of a box-to-box midfielder from Haiti.
Hervo, the number 20, he's got it right now. Always wanted to see a little bit more of him.
Yeah.
Never really got to see him truly fulfilled here in Tampa Bay. As that ball squirts through, Fernandez tracks it down, gets it back to Campisi.
Father from Haiti, mother from Japan. Once had to mark the famous Lionel Messi in La Bombonera in Buenos Aires. Talked to us about that story. He said that place was a rocking. No one can get close to Messi. Do so at your own detriment.
So many great players have gone through this Rowdies system and are contributing to other clubs across the league. Caleb Jennings, one that we saw last week.
Malik Johnson, another, Air Canada.
Yeah. Stoneman, once again shared in the triangle. Floated nicely, but right in front. Easy pickings for Campisi.
Yeah, nice touch for the goalkeeper. Gets his hands on it, get some confidence going.
So a little bit of a dry spell here for the Rowdies. And you were saying about White.
Yeah, I think he's a midfielder that plays, I mean, he's like a utility knife, right? So he can play right back, right centre back, but he really is at home playing in the midfield as well. And he just took the ball, dribbled it right into two forwards' face and brought it back to the goalkeeper. That's the sort of confidence that he has, and he brings to this defensive unit in trying to get the ball out of the back. He is now, there is no fear when he has the ball.
Floated, top of the box. Look out, dangerous spot. Ball sent on. Rowdies able to get the carom. And now back to Rhode Island, controlled again by Mabika.
First touch by Maxi Rodriguez in that 18-yard box. He has scored his last 2 goals, or 3 goals, with balls coming from his side and him finishing.
1-2. Sanchez, Crisostomo, Pasias. Oh, falling down that time. There's the youngster Mustali. Play Holstad. Spread it here again. And 17, Quisera, an assist on the season, gets it back to Harivo. Have to mention as we watch this in front of our eyes, the last 2 games Rhode Island has had 57% possession. They have owned the ball. 85% of those passes, Ryan, have been converted.
I tell you what, they started off slow, but right now the possession count is 47 rather, Rhode Island. They're starting to get back their rhythm after a slow start to this match.
Far side of the field, a little frustration there setting in for Rhode Island. The USL on CBS Sports Network continues May 28th, a Western Conference doubleheader. San Antonio battles FC Tulsa, 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by Las Vegas Lights and Phoenix Rising at 10:30 p.m. You can catch all the action on CBS Sports Network. That is May 28th, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we have a hydration break. Talked about the temperature, the humidity.
The thing about being in the commentary booth, Drew, it's always 75 degrees.
You could say that again.
Hold on, let me get a drink of water.
Always plenty of Colony Grill pizza as well.
An abundance of Colony pizza.
Lawrence White, Golly Bassett, Blake Bodley there, Crisostomo, Fernandez, and the Rowdies staff. You see Stuart Dobson, goalkeeping coach, right there next to Fernandez. And also Jan Ekra right in the middle of your screen. Been a great asset to the coaching staff here this year.
He's just a legend. The way his poise and the way he walks and carries himself, he did so on the field like a general, and then off the field, everyone seems to sort of respond to him. What a great guy to have on the staff as he learns his traits as a coach in the Rowdies uniform.
So Rowdies kind of own the possession, at least, as you look at some young Rowdies fans hoping one day they can take a spot out there on the pitch.
That's where it all begins in Allianz Stadium. The youngsters looking on. The players responding to that, giving the youngsters all the time in the world after the match to shake hands and sign autographs. It's a thing of beauty in Allianz Stadium.
It certainly is. So Campisi will place it down here for Tampa Bay. Rowdies right now 12th place in the East. But again, things can change drastically. Just get a couple wins and those standings can flip. The drop of a dime. Here Guillen down there.
And you can see Mustari look to Pasias just now. The 2 strikers have to stay close for that exact moment. When the ball comes into a tight space, Mustari or Pasias only has a little time to flick it on. At that point, Pasias was too far from Mustari to maintain possession. And that's why the youngster looked at Pasias like, you need to be a little bit closer here.
Taken away here by Fernandez. Leo. Right side. Crisostomo. Oh, just runs right into trouble. will spin around here in the corner. And it will belong here to Rhode Island. The final third for Tampa Bay certainly been challenging this year. Communication not always there, still building. We've seen spots, Ryan, but it's usually been one player kind of doing it himself, taking his chances.
Yeah, we've seen Pasias just excel in the 18-yard box with scoring. But we've seen Ollie Bassett with his sort of body language on the ball, that he wants to do more, Drew. He expects to do more. I mean, he was the former Canadian Player of the Year, playing as a number 10, which is sitting behind the forward. He's coming in from the side here as a number 10, not directly behind the forwards, but just in the vicinity where he's most comfortable. I'm expecting Bassett to explode as this season moves on.
Fernandez shielded off that time, but fighting through it. And as Babika was playing keep away, and Leo pleading for possession here.
There's a chance for the Rowdies to press on this through with Sanchez. And we can see Deco already asking for it up the line.
Steve Coleman looking on.
Looks like a player's not doing so well for Rhode Island.
Yes, this heat can certainly hit you. You go through warm-ups as well, come out of the tunnel, first 30 minutes, your body starts to talk to you sometimes.
Yeah, players who come into play in Allianz Stadium, they understand very quickly the difference between Florida heat and other heat. Looks like Rhode Island may have to look to their bench. Coach Smith looking towards his bench.
So a pause here and a chance for us to tell you about Farah and Farah, our prime sponsor here tonight, Tampa's personal injury lawyers, and online at farahandfarah.com. Farah and Farah, prime sponsor here in 2025.
I fear it's worse than the heat. Quizera, who got that knock from Bodley, came off the field, came back on, he dropped back down. Does not seem very comfortable at this point. And if he doesn't get back up here, and the fact that he did suffer that blow with his head could mean the end of his night.
So Josea Quizera. And I think you're right, no matter what, he should be done for the night.
Yeah, looks like the trainer is calling to the sidelines and alerting Coach Smith.
So Josea will be helped up here. Rhode Island players also taking the opportunity to get hydrated once again. As Quizera going to be helped off. And it's certainly not his night, not the way he wanted to exit.
Yeah, didn't start against Birmingham on Wednesday. It was Brito who was the starter that night. Looks like Amos Shapiro may be coming in.
So Quizera out, and Amos Shapiro Thompson. Amos is from Worthington, Massachusetts.
And Quizera is from Rwanda. A little far from each other.
25-year-old Shapiro now will replace him. So first substitution made in this game. Spent some time with the New York Red Bulls too. 2023. Had a season-long injury that year. Got healthy. Trying to contribute here. Make an impression for Rhode Island.
Played some time with the New York Red Bulls MLS. So too the Red Bulls too. Seeking to bring some pedigree into this midfield for Rhode Island.
Played college soccer also at Boston College. A dream of his growing up in Massachusetts is Wyke. Now with Rhode Island for the Rowdies. Still waiting for our first goal. It's been a drought here for the Rowdies. They haven't had possession in quite some time. Fernandez and company trying to change that.
That was incredible.
That was some navigation and traffic.
And now they have space through.
Erevo able to spread it around here. Bodily scrambling to get back.
Great recovery by the Rowdies. When I first talk about Rhode Island and Mabika just navigating out of that traffic. Rowdies in the starting lineup. Went back to Detroit, played for Nisa. He really thought he was done for. He thought he was going to give up soccer altogether. Was working in a Home Depot. And he got his opportunity with Detroit. They got promoted to the USL Championship. His life changed. And he is just a prominent figure wherever he goes in the USL Championship. He has that sort of ability, and not only ability on the ball, ability off the ball, physicality. He has a third lung. He can run from byline to byline, and he can control the ball in tight spaces. Maxi Rodriguez, fantastic player for Rhode Island.
Once again, Perivo. Mabika over near side here, Sanchez. Finding space here and finding feet. Fuson goes down. Crisostomo. On time the guilty part.
Well, again, the ability to play in tight spaces. It started off with Maxi Rodriguez, then Fuson, just so quick.
Looked like Fernandez instead of Crisostomo.
Yep.
Mustali. Lots of clutching going on right now. Rowdies will get the benefit of the doubt. He was tied up with Clay Holstad.
Have to use Mustali more like that, a target man. Get the ball into that big 6'4" frame, let it hold it up, and then create for other players.
Coming up at the half, we'll look around the league here at USL Championship. So much going on. The races again starting to really heat up, and we're not even midway through the season just yet. Take a look at our goals of the week as well. It's all coming up at the half. Our latest USL Championship Team of the Week awarded also. Here comes Rhode Island. In stride here. Nodarsic. Asius trying to get Tampa Bay rolling once more.
Oh, beautiful by Bassett.
Van Kazeel trying to thread the needle.
Beautiful.
Asius again, here it comes. Ali Bassett, left side. Bassett tries to send it into the box. That 6-yard box, and the Rowdies will have a Colony Grove corner kick.
First time they play into the striker, into Mustali's feet. He knocks it back to Pasias, and what they call the third man ball, finding Bassett on the overlap on the left-hand side. Thought Bassett sort of pulled up the handbrake a little bit, coming down that left-hand side, allowing Rhode Island to get behind the ball. There was a moment where Bodley and company would have been in on goal, but Bassett just sort of pulled up, or lack of pace to finish off the move.
Leo Fernandez once more. Headed out, Bodley stays on top of it. Leo comes over, one more service, in traffic. Coming down with it is Vegas.
Good job by Vegas. That was very awkward. Most keepers would have just tipped it and be sure. Leo Fernandez just lofted it to the last post, and Vegas dominating that 6-yard box.
So the game plan for Rhode Island, slow things down, possess, kind of try and just suck the life out of the Rowdies. He's been effective for much of this first half. Rowdies, though, have had some chances. How would you grade him thus far in this game?
I think he's done everything that was asked of him. He's made himself available to the midfielders. He's pressed whenever the ball is in his vicinity. And he's tried his best to win the aerial duels that have been presented to him.
It's hard to believe when you look at Mustali. So young, still 17 years old. Will turn 18 next month. Sanchez keeps it from the touchline. Sanchez. Oh, nice cross that time. Lasso got a head on it. Holstad. And we are going to have a lot of extra time here. 8 minutes of added time here in the first half.
Yeah, most of that is the Quizera injury. Both of them. You can understand that from the officials on the sideline.
Van Casio comes out of there with it. Mustali to Pacius. Pacius, good control. Oh, just throws a defender down. And the official able to pick that one up. The defender did not like that. He was all over him. We'll have to take one more look. Here it is.
Well, he wins back the ball from Sanchez. I thought at that point, Pacius had the opportunity to go back and have the Rowdies just recycle the ball. He decides to try to come back down to the sidelines and gets himself entangled with Sanchez.
Holstad now will throw it in for Rhode Island. One win more than Tampa Bay here this year. 6th place in the Eastern Conference. That's the difference of just having one added victory. You're either in 12th place with one win, or Ryan, you're in 6th place with 2.
Yeah.
Lots of parity also in this league, as we've come to know over the years. Sanchez. Holstad. Haribo again. Done a lot of work here in this first half. Taken away, though, by Guillen.
Rhode Island just sort of taking the sting out of the game at this point. Just trying to control the proceedings coming towards the end of the half. It's up for the Rowdies right now to maybe force some action. You can see Rhode Island pressing immediately. And now the Rowdies have to play out of it. That has sort of disrupted the flow of the Rowdies at home.
Pass it here to Pacius. And this is where Tampa Bay can be explosive. Woods, Pacius on the attack. Bassett right there with him. Left-footed. Oh, saved by Vegas. So Bodily able to get it back here. Now it's Bassett.
Well, the Rowdies coming out of the press for the second time use the center forward. They play the ball into the feet of Pacius. They get a little 1-2 going, and then they get to advance. The cross by, well, actually the shot by Bodily didn't have much of an angle to work with. And now an offside call on the far side. Rhode Island get it back. But using Mustali and Pacius to come out of those tight situations, the Rowdies have been rewarded, going direct to their forwards and have the forwards knock it back to the midfielders to create a counter.
So the shot there by Bodily cannot pass it that time. So the Rowdies' chances coming very quick. They've been quick counters here in the first half. Back to business here for Rhode Island. Haribo. Zach Haribo with Sanchez. Sanchez going down here. Crisosimo going to get called for the little nudge in the back. You watch Zach Haribo out there playing, and you think of what could have been here for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, 2 successful seasons in Birmingham before coming to the Rowdies.
Holstad! Oh, it's a blast! 1-0, Rhode Island goes on top. 50th minute. Where did that come from?
What a strike by Holstad. They backed off, gave him some room, and boy, did he put his laces on it. Gets his 2nd goal of the USL Championship, and this one was a scud. No chance for Campisi. He was left for dead. Look at him, he backed off. Look at this strike. It wobbled, it knuckled, it looped. Can we just call that goal of the week already in the USL Championship?
From distance, an absolute blast by Clay Holstad.
And the Rowdies, at that point, were building up confidence defensively, not allowing goal for the first time in a very long time, and not conceding in the first half. But Holstad, he clearly had other ideas. Just a lack of, just a drop of concentration.
Passi is going to have a shot, and he sails it. So Rowdies had an opportunity to answer quickly. And that right there, kind of a microcosm of how the season has gone.
Well, Leo Fernandez is so good when he looks inside, coming in from the right-hand side, puts it onto Passias, but Passias' first touch bought him some space. But Drew, he kept his head up. What did my old high school coach say?
Good morning.
Good morning. And you don't raise your head till the crowd roars, Drew. How much times? I'm going to call my high school coach. We're going to fly him up from Trinidad and have a word with the boys. How about that?
Mustale. And Rhode Island. Now Lasso tracking back for Tampa Bay. He'll send it out. We'll have a throw-in. Rowdy's got to be careful here. We've got, let's say, around just a little less than 2 minutes to go here in extra time. The way Rhode Island just kind of lulls you to sleep, though, and then boom, they take that one opportunity.
Just a testament to their midfield, Holstad and Herville, who've battled so hard in midfield to get back control for Rhode Island in the center circle.
This one, kind of a knuckler sent right at Campisi. And White will start from the back again for Tampa Bay. So 1-0 here as this first half comes to a close. Bodily.
Excellent tackle by Shapiro, who came on halfway through this half for Quizero.
Throw it in once more here. Elvis Osmanovic. Makes the Rowdies do it again. And Bodily now on the far side with Bassett. White wants it. And has it now. Little flick. Crisostomo trying to do something with it. How about that size mismatch right there? He's given up about 1.5 feet.
Well, Mbika using that size to his advantage, and credit to Rhode Island, who came back after 15 minutes where the Rowdies forced the action, and they're the ones who sort of took over control of the match and were rewarded at the end with that fantastic strike by Holstad.
First half in the books. Rhode Island a 1-0 lead on Tampa Bay. Ali Bassett and the Rowdies, they started with a flurry but then cooled off just a bit. Rhode Island taking control of the tempo of this match. And a big goal coming from Holstad. It was an absolute drive. Clay Holstad second on the year. As right now Cano Smith has a discussion with the referee staff. Stand by just momentarily. We are waiting to hear from Steve Coleman, Rowdies head coach. And final game of the homestand here for Tampa Bay, and Steve Coleman joins us right now. Okay, coach, we started hot, cooled off just a little bit. Holstad gets a big goal there, end of the half. Your assessment as you guys head to the locker room?
Yeah, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, that one, to be honest. It's a good strike from outside the box, but we've certainly created the best chances of the half, and disappointed to go in 1-0 down.
Okay, coach, anything in the second half you think changes for us, or just stick to the game plan?
No, just stick to the game plan. I think you've seen we're successful when we get in behind and we run forwards from good possession. So we have to stick to the process and keep trusting what we're doing and stay patient and stay in the game.
Good stuff, coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you, chaps.
That is Steve Coleman. as he heads to the locker room. Rowdies trailing at halftime. When we come back, our halftime show. Lots coming up for you here this week from downtown St. Pete. Stay tuned. One 0 the score. Rhode Island FC leads Tampa Bay. We're at halftime here at Al Lang Stadium, the final game of the Rowdies homestand. And Tampa Bay looks to turn things around in half number 2. Drew Fellio's here. Ryan Davis will rejoin us here momentarily. It is time to name the USL Team of the Week, the best performers from around the league for Week 10. And you see it is loaded up with Charleston Battery players. Cal Jennings, also Myers and Rodriguez awarded as well. Matt Mahoney does a tremendous job there for the Switchbacks. Jake McGuire in goal. So a tremendous job by all the USL Team of the Week members for week number 10. Great job, guys.
Sarah's ball, it is dangerous. Joe Brito! Oh, it's magnificent. What a finish. Joe Brito plucks it out of the sky to equalize for Rhode Island.
It's going to come back to Coley. Coley can hit one. Oh, it's a wonderful save. Well, Coley couldn't have hit that any better, and that is an outstanding save.
Halftime here at Al Lang Stadium. Rowdies, a goal down as we get ready for half number 2. Rhode Island is coming here, taking a 1-goal lead. Still lots of soccer to play. All hope not lost just yet. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis here, but I think Coach Coleman summed it up pretty nicely at the end of the first half. That was kind of like a kick in the teeth. Rowdies started out so fast in this game.
Lovely body language coming out of the gates. They created some decent opportunities. Bassett, Mustali, Passios, Leo Fernandez. But then Zach Herivo and Holstad started to get control and started to get comfortable in midfield, and Rhode Island then started to create opportunities.
It was a flurry of corner kicks. Leo Fernandez putting it in all the right spots here early on.
Venka Izil coming to the back post, and then Quizera and Bodley colliding. Quizera having a concussion test. He came back on the field, then a slide tackle by Forrest Lasso. He was cautioned for this tackle on Maxi Rodriguez. Then Fuson, and this was Lawrence White. He was cautioned for this challenge as well on Zach Herivo. 2 yellow cards for the Rowdies. Then passes his shot, saved by Vegas. It was an awkward hop, but great save by the Rhode Island number 1. Then as Rhode Island sort of came back into the game, Bodley came away from a counter-attack, got a shot on. Vegas again protecting his first post. Then Holstad with an absolute scud from 30 yards out gives Rhode Island a lead as they go into the dressing room, up 1-0. Shots 8-4 from the Rowdies, but that all-important goal from Rhode Island. They came back and controlled possession, Drew, 55-45, but Rowdies' corner 6-1 show that Rowdies have been just a little bit more intentional in the last third, and that's how they got more corner kicks than Rhode Island.
So set to begin half number 2. Rhode Island, tight huddle. You see Albertiqua right there, 2 assists, 1 goal on the year. A little bit quiet in the first half. Rhode Island simply controlling the ball. Remember, 57% on the possession over the last 2 games. They'll be at that number or above here when this one is through. And you see Passios. Rowdies need a big half from him. Tampa Bay simply cannot let Rhode Island dominate the possession like they did in that first frame. So Chrysostomo ready to get this one going. Elvis Osmanovic gets it the okay. We're underway, half number 2. Mustali, the youngster, getting his first start tonight. That's the big story for the Rowdies. The 17-year-old has had his moments. Oh, wouldn't it be nice for him to get on the score sheet? There he comes, putting a little more pressure. Not going to let Rhode Island get nearly as comfortable as they did in that first session. This guy Mabika coming from the back. He is an imposing presence for Rhode Island. He is really good when you watch him in person.
And he's so comfortable on the ball, and it sort of bleeds into the rest of the team as they bring the ball out to the back.
I think size is so important, especially when it comes to backline players in the sport of soccer, isn't it?
Yeah, because when the play comes down the sides and the ball comes in at 6'5", it's so much easier to dominate in the air and take the sting out of the play.
And offside called right there.
The thing is for the Rowdies, when it rains, it pours, right, Drew? So you do everything right for the better part of the first half. And then Holstad just has one of the best goals of his life, deserved. I mean, he took it so well. But it just seems that when things go bad, it really goes bad.
There's Mabika. Imposing presence he has been in this game. Mustali, 6'4", almost makes him look a little small, doesn't he? Tampa Bay with Chrysostomo. Mustali touches it back, nicely done. Here's Guillen. Aaron Guillen, left side now, Bodley. Bodley trying to find an opening, little flick. Rowdies still have it.
Well, Aaron Guillen so good in coming forward on this left-hand side. Hooks the ball right back in to the mixer. And Rhode Island respond well for a second time on that sequence.
Now it's Bodily. A little bit more spring in the step here for Tampa Bay. Bodily again. Slides it in. Bassett takes the shot. Just over the crossbar. Rowdies will have it on a corner.
I love the decision by Bodily. He just didn't get to the byline and swing it in. He looked up, saw Bassett trailing, brought the ball back. And what a desperate challenge that was by Stoneman. Exactly what you need on the road. Hence the reason Rhode Island getting that victory against Birmingham on Wednesday. Coach Smith bringing that bit of desperation into this Rhode Island team. Good to see Leo Fernandez back on the pitch, taking the set pieces for the Rowdies. Can put that ball on a dime.
So Fernandez, once again, far post, lasso. Gets a piece. And Rowdies with another chance here. Rowdies are going to dominate the corner kick category, certainly, when the night is through.
Yeah, we're up to 7-1 now. But Leo Fernandez likes nothing better to swing the ball in. And he's going to this far right-hand side, which is going to allow him to bring the ball right into the kitchen.
Best move of the year. Colony Grill sponsoring the corner kicks. They get more reads, I think, and more show than any of our sponsors.
Deservedly.
Colony Grill. Great pizza, great beverages as well, as Fernandez winds up one more time. So Leo with the floater.
Second time he's gone to the last post. Nobody there.
Bodily. And got a little physical again. Lawrence Wyke. You know, it just seems like some of the officials in this league, just Lawrence Wyke, not their favorite.
Yeah. He's a little chippy, Lawrence Wyke. This one was Christos Simonis, Lawrence Wyke, who had no eyes on the ball. And it gives the referees no choice but to make the call.
Sometimes seems like if he's anywhere in the vicinity, they're going to call him.
They're just going to blow the whistle, yeah.
Yes. Bodily giving chase here, Clay Holstat. So far the hero for Rhode Island FC. Aaron Guillen playing from the back here. And this ball will belong to Tampa Bay, the USL Championship in League One. On CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on CBS's Golazo Network and on ESPN Plus. You can go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Right now, it is very quiet here at Al Lang.
And full credit to these guys, Rhode Island. After weathering the storm from the Rowdies in the opening 15 minutes, they saw the body language of the Rowdies players wanting to make an impression. And then they slowly got back into the match through Holstead and Herrivo. Good defending too from Mbika, Stoneman, Sanchez.
That's Mbika.
I mean, he really does make Mustali look short though.
He really does.
Yeah.
And Mustali is what, 6'5"? He's an imposing presence out there, but Mbika's got to be 6'9".
We're talking center, low post, fade away, hook shot. Yeah.
Here's the chase. It's Guillen winning it. Right back to Bodily. Van Casil, got to be careful here. Lasso with Guillen.
And this is exactly what Rhode Island would like. But Pasias and Mustali have done a great job so far when the ball is being played directly to the forwards. They would put their money on people like Stoneman and Mbika to win those challenges. But the deliveries or the passes to Mustali and Pasias has been right on the money and has allowed the Rowdies forwards to dictate coming out to the back.
So now it's Bassett. Pass gets intercepted this time. Again, it's Mbika making the difference there, halting that Rowdies run. Bassett doing his usual Ali Bassett things, flying all over the pitch as the player is down right now in the center circle.
I believe this was when Vinca Ezil was coming backwards and the ball was in the air. Dikwa came in the vicinity and there was a collision. Here's Vinca Ezil and Dikwa in the bottom end of the screen to your right. And there was certainly an entanglement in the center circle.
Now it's Herifo. No Darce. Mbika, this time, possession here. That would go a long way.
Yeah, we get them some rhythm, get them some confidence. Blake Bodley has come out of the dressing room on fire.
Bassett in motion.
Good delivery.
Herifo. Tripped up that time, Vinca Ezil. Olstaff gets it right back for the visitors. Fernandez trying to keep everything in front of him. White right there defending. Rodriguez.
I have to say, Maxi Rodriguez has been pretty quiet in this match.
He has.
And that's a credit to the Rowdies. They understand exactly where number 21 is at all times.
Again, Rhode Island just 3 days rest coming in here. They had a Wednesday night affair with Birmingham, in which they won 1-0. And right now that exact same score over the Rowdies. So they are loving these 1-0s. Want to keep it right here.
And understand that. That's a credit to the entire team, keeping the score at 0. You can't only look at your back line and say, okay, great job, they did great at keeping the other team off the score sheet. It takes everyone's defensive effort from the forward line to the midfield to the backs. A combined effort in pressing and making things difficult for the opposing team to get a clean sheet.
Herifo. Try to squeeze it through. Missed the target that time. Tampa Bay will have it. Campisi will set things up. Lewis Hilton, a player expected back shortly for the Rowdies. A guy that has so long been the quarterback, especially controlling the flow of the Rowdies offense. He has been out for just about all of this season. He is expected back shortly, so that will give this attack, Ryan, a big lift.
I think Cristosimo has done a great job to earn his position, or continue to earn his position as we go forward. I think it's up to Vinca Ezil and Lewis Hilton to battle for that spot in midfield going forward.
Bodley's pass taken away.
You know what's impressive, Drew? Rhode Island have 3 players with man buns. We have Maxi Rodriguez.
Here comes Rodriguez. Maxi Rodriguez looking for an opening. Takes the shot. Oh, Campisi makes a save. That ball looks like it was going to squeeze inside that far post.
I think Here's Maxi Rodriguez in tight spaces. Not much of a backlift on the shot, but Campisi alive to it.
And And we're going to have some changes here as Manuel Arteaga gets set to check in. Also Joey Skinner as well. So Mustali sees his night come to an end. And now Arteaga, the big game scorer from a year ago, who is still looking to really gain momentum, enters the match. Joey Skinner also coming on for the Rowdies.
Joey Skinner has been impressive on this left-hand side over the last few weeks. And they're still being a little bit tender with Blake Bodley coming back from injury. 60 minutes seems to be the magic mark, 58 just about. And Skinner has impressed coming on late. But let's not shy away from the big talking point here. Maxi Rodriguez, man bun. Zach Herivo, man bun. And Fuson, man bun. Now that's impressive.
That's something working.
Yeah, it is working.
Playing fast now, Nodarse.
Nodarse, player of the match against Birmingham on Wednesday for his defensive contribution. And he had 85 touches in that match.
Wow.
So not only 11 clearances. So not only is he good without the ball, but on the ball as well.
Defender out of Cuba. So here's Clay Holstad to throw it in. This guy is a really good player.
If he can throw like he can shoot, that is impressive.
Bassett trying to clear. Heads out to midfield. And Rhode Island will corral it here. Rhode Island FC building a tremendous, a beautiful Centerville Bank Stadium. And just a great place to watch a match there in the Northeast. Again, Tampa Bay called for the foul. And again, guess who? Lawrence White right in the middle of it.
Well, physicality is his middle name. And as Fuson goes on, Lawrence White. Should we just give him pads and a helmet, Drew?
The ultimate bull in a china shop. Fans love the way he plays the game, though, 100% all the time.
Yep.
Haven't quite seen the north-south explosion that we saw under Neil Collins.
Yes.
Kind of waiting for that.
I think playing at this right centre-back position may not be the best for Lawrence White, but this is what the team needs at this point, and this is what he's been selected for. Now, Maxi Rodriguez is in the neighborhood, and he looks interested.
Very dangerous. This guy had the game winner on Wednesday. Already a goal this season. Rowdies forming the wall. Arteaga just checked in. And they're able to knock it down. Well done that time by the Rowdies.
Well, it was a little far out, so Maxi Rodriguez had to generate so much pace. So to get it up and over the wall with pace from that distance is always going to be hard.
You know, we talk all about how Rhode Island is playing so well. Remember, they've struggled offensively as well. Just 2 goals in their last 3 games. So they have struggled in the final third. But right now, a goal up. And just bossing the possession here at the moment. Tonight's action brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint. Hooters in the Tampa Bay area.
Hooters,
and beginning right here in 1983. Rhode Island trying to get that finishing touch. Rowdies clear it just in time. And now Lasso and Fernandez. And Shapiro again controlling. This one on the ground again. Lasso sends it right back out. Fernandez.
Oh, what a flick by Pacias.
Well done this time, and it's Arteaga in the mix. If anybody needs a little pick-me-up, it's the Rowdies' Manuel Arteaga. 17 goals last season. It's not looked the same, not just yet.
Yep,
in 2025.
Lost his starting role in the lineup tonight, coming off the bench. The Venezuelan, and has had a hard time finding his feet in 2025.
Now, one thing that is so clear about USL Championship, you cannot rest on your reputation.
No.
You have got to earn it week in and week out. Oh, what a ball this time. Oh, great save. Campisi came up absolutely huge for Tampa Bay.
You said it, Drew. Ball in by Maxi Rodriguez. There's Dikwa. And it came straight to Campisi, but look at the foot save. Fantastic reactions by the Argentine.
Maybe that save here gets the Rowdies going. Here comes Skinner. Nice cutback. Bassett. Ali Bassett to the end line. Puts it in front. Rowdies had another chance. Bassett a little frustrated. Want a little more help.
Bassett getting to the byline, but give Rhode Island credit. They stay compact, they stay disciplined. They picked up all the white shirts, and there was no avenue for Bassett to find that ball, to put that ball in the middle. For the second half, so far, Rhode Island 60% possession to Rowdies 40. Again, Rhode Island starting to dictate the pace in the opening 18 minutes of the second half.
How about Nicholas Campisi? I'll tell you, he has had some unbelievable saves during this homestand. Pacius. Goes down this time, and again, courtesy of Mabika.
With that size and that strength, he just shrugged Pacius off. Like a nuisance. Good job here, Nguyen. And he was just tackled by the linesman.
Does give a look back there. And now it's Fernandez. Leo Fernandez puts it right at that 6-yard box. Headed back now. I'm going to compare soccer here to basketball. Usually, Ryan, if there's an attempt and it goes awry, offensive team gets it back again, rebound. We just haven't seen that in this match. It's almost like it's one attempt and done for Tampa Bay, clear.
Yeah, in order to do that as a group.
Pacius, here comes some numbers for Tampa Bay. And again, Bassett looks back. I mean, that's where they just need to connect better, Ryan. There's absolutely no other answer. I mean, you see the frustration right there. You have to play a little more as a team.
Yep, the final product let Pacius down. Bassett was the obvious pass. He tried to use the reverse pass on the right-hand side to try and unlock the defense, but Bassett was just strolling into that 18-yard box.
Pacius again, the rocket off the crossbar. Did it go in? It did not. The one-timer hit the crossbar, came down right in front of goal. Here's one more look.
Well, we've seen this man, Pacius, absolute shoot scuds from his laces. This one hits the crossbar, comes down. I think the crossbar is still shaking, Drew. And Mabika, the 6'5" centre-back, is shaken up. The man from Zambia back on his feet.
Well, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including all access USL on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, the MLS, the Premier League, and more. It's all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. One more look at the shot.
Yeah, little to no time. Pacius using his technique, get his laces on it, keeps his head down, hits the crossbar, comes down, and the woodwork saves the day. And Pacius, who sits on 4 goals, has a good shot off.
He's certainly a guy that can put a lot on his plate. So back to business here, 69th minute. Dequa heading out. And in comes Joe Brito. Talk about household names.
Yeah, Brito is such a shifty player who usually comes in from the left-hand side. There he is.
Now it's Harivo. Numbers forward here for Rhode Island. Harivo again, just under control nicely here tonight. Holstad again switches the point of attack. Rio Hope Gunn checking in now for the visitors.
Well, Leo Fernandez playing right wing back or right midfield in a 3-5-2. And here comes Rowdies with a change.
So Crisostomo heads out, and in comes a guy you've wanted to see a lot more of, Nick Moon, the midfielder.
He's not from this world, Drew. He's Nick Moon.
Don't see a full moon out tonight.
Well, he only came in with 30 minutes to go, so it's quarter of a moon.
Former San Diego Loyal, second season as a Tampa Bay Rowdy. Played his college soccer at University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Also a little Scottish Premiership there mixed in. Another Connie Grill corner kick on the way here. Oh, there's Sanchez doing the honors. In the box again, punched out this time. And well played by Campisi. Trying to not get through traffic. And Rowdies able to form that wall once again. You can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Eastern Conference rivals Detroit City and Charleston battling it out 4 Eastern time on May 24th. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listing.
I love those 4 p.m. kickoffs. You don't put everything on one slot. It gives USL fans a chance to see other games.
I concur.
I'm glad you did.
Deanne getting airborne. And now Fernandez, center circle, Leo on the run here for the Rowdies. Gets it to Bassett. Ali Bassett with Joey Skinner. And again, a breakdown. Oh, and a late whistle.
Well, again, Rhode Island do a great job in recovering after Leo Fernandez finding Bassett. It just seems to be the identity of Coach Smith. They may not be the most aggressive going forward, getting goals, but they're certainly the most organized and compact defensively. So even when the play does break down, they have a great shape about them. They have players behind the ball. And they're very methodical moving forward, just in case things break down. As a result, they're not going to light up the scoreboard with goals.
Yes.
So they're not going to concede. They're going to stay in every match.
Holstad now sending it back. So Nodarse here in Rhode Island, hanging on to the 1-goal lead. Rowdies just a few chances here in the second half. Again, just not been able to possess it enough. As Rhode Island here goes over the top. Getting back there is Wyke. Here's Harivo. Zach Harivo, the shot, and he scores. Zach Harivo has come back to Al Lang Stadium, and he brought a dagger with him.
He has battled back from injury, hard times. Went up to Rhode Island, got an opportunity, scored 4 goals and 3 assists last season, and has come back to Ireland and just offered up an absolute worldly. Just bends it into that far post. It kisses the post on the way in. But look at the technique by Herivaux. No chance for Campisi, and 2 fantastic goals by Rhode Island tonight has separated these 2 teams. And the Argentine goalkeeper has to be asking himself, what do I need to do?
How much do you think that goal meant to that guy right there? You remember a couple of years ago coming to the stadium night in, night out, Ryan, and we would see his name on the not available list for whatever reason. Injuries, mostly the reason, but there were times I think Herivaux wanted an opportunity, did not get it. And right now he's proving that he was worthy. He
was brought in as a box-to-box midfielder from Birmingham. Now he's doing his services. Look at him kissing the post. Beautiful. Somehow he outdid Hostad. He didn't. I did. That was 2 fantastic goals. I'm kidding. But yeah, thoroughly, he deserves this moment.
Yes, he did.
He deserves this moment. Fantastic stuff from the former Haitian international.
So now it's a 2-goal hole for Tampa Bay. Aaron Guillen.
What is Aaron Guillen thinking?
There are moments during this homestand where guys are kind of looking for answers, and you see sometimes plays like that made, guys doing things that they normally wouldn't do.
Sometimes less is more, though. When you try to do too much, you put yourself and the team in a very awkward position. I understand Aaron Guillen he's the captain, trying to light a spark. But him lighting a spark is not him dribbling the ball. In Al-Lang Stadium, there's a hush going around it.
Fuson. Rodriguez. Rowdies looking up at the scoreboard. Time now really becoming a factor. Herivaux again. This looks so comfortable tonight on this pitch.
And the shifty Shapiro wins a free kick. It's just symbolic how they've stayed in this game. And not only stayed in the game, but they've picked their spots. And he's so nimble, Shapiro. So nimble, so quick. Shapiro jumped over the candlestick. You know that one?
I think so. Soccer season is here. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. You can get your USL tickets and much more from the #1 ticketing site. That is SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Holstad trying to knock it right through that wall. Rowdies again clear it. Needed possession that time. As Rio Hope Gunn runs it down now for Rhode Island FC. Drew Felios here. Ryan Davis also on the call. Another tough night for the Rowdies thus far. They've had glimpses, and it looks like Lawrence White is going to get his second yellow card. He is going to be given a red, and he is done for the evening. Rowdies are going to be a man down. White is not going to exit the yard without letting them know what he thinks.
Never really got into the game, Lawrence White. Just seemed to be a step behind it. Got cautioned earlier in the match with a tackle on Zach Herivaux on the touchline. And the second one, he just didn't hold back. And he ends up his night, just the way the Rowdies. Heavy, heavy first touch, frustration. Just lunges at Brito. And that about sums up Lawrence White in this homestand.
So Rowdies now down a man the rest of the way. See the coaching staff.
This is what Skinner's brought to this side since he's come in late in the second half. A lot of energy, good ball control on this left-hand side. Something for the Rowdies to look forward to as the season progresses.
And trying to switch the point of attack here for Nick Moon. Will be sent out. And Rowdies looks like are ready to go to their bench again.
Looks like it's going to be Nate Worth.
Yep. Nate Worth had considerable time last week against Charleston. Not quite the performance he was looking for, but again, a youngster trying to mesh in this Rowdies lineup and find a spot to contribute. So do the Rowdies have anything left here tonight? This team has been through a lot.
I thought they did a great job when they went direct to their forwards.
Yep.
Either Pasias or Mostali. Now El Chamo, Arteaga is in the game. I think you go directly to their feet and have them play the ball back into the path of Leo Fernandez or Bassett and go from there.
Pasias, can he get by?
He's so quick, Joe. He's so quick. I can shoot with either foot, left foot, right foot, no foot.
So it's going to be Bassett here on the corner. Or will it be Leo Fernandez? Pasias with 4 goals on the season, the Rowdies lead scorer. Fernandez will place it down one more time. Campisi, Aaron Guillen, and here's Ollie Bassett. Rowdies operating right now with just 10. Fernandez, Pasias. When you're operating with 10, everybody's got to be a little bit more precinct, a little bit more on point, a little bit more focused.
And down 2-0, which makes Rhode Island's job that much easier. They get behind the ball, less players to defend or to worry about.
Here's Skinner. Bassett on top of it. Bassett, Skinner, back to Bassett. Ollie's got a lane.
But you know what I love about that? It's Skinner's back heel. I love what Skinner brings when he comes onto the field. He's so adventurous going forward. And he works so well with Ollie Bassett in tight spaces there. Just a little back heel back into Bassett. Gets his shot off, wins a corner.
Ollie Bassett looked like had some space to work with here. Now it's Bassett again. Bassett.
So shifty.
Good control. Now Lasso trying to get more involved. Arteaga. Arteaga, the floater right at the hands of Vegas.
Like you said, drew too much air in that cross. Koke Vegas quick off of his line. But Rhode Island again, just following the lead of their coach, staying compact, keeping their shape, and just frustrating the Rowdies. And that's one of the keys of the game that we said at the start of the match, for Rhode Island to come in here, do exactly what they're doing, keeping possession for long periods of time, having the Rowdies chase, understand that the Rowdies, this is their last match at home for a while. They need to get 3 points. And Rhode Island doing a great job in dictating the game, not directly, but just keeping the ball going from side to side and defending.
How about this now? Into the box. And this one out of bounds. So the Rowdies will have it, and a goal kick coming up. Kemper Auto knows your journey, and they will help you along the way. They're affordable, they are personalized. Auto insurance you can count on. Get a quote today, Kemper.com. See Nate Worth standing by. Thought he was going to come in here momentarily, and Worth will enter. Venke Azil will come to the sideline. So here comes Nate Worth. What does he need to do, Ryan, to become more of a fixture in this lineup? Can he do anything?
Well, as it progresses and the Rowdies become more and more in an awkward position, he plays out of position. So now Nate Worth is playing deep, just in front of the 3 centre-backs, which is not his position. So we have Lasso, Guillen, Skinner, and then Nick Moon on the right-hand side. Then you have Nate Worth and Bassett in the middle. Arteaga and Pacias, Leo Fernandez. And Nate Worth just seems to be a type of player that needs to be closer towards the 18-yard box, the attacking 18-yard box, and not be playing so deep in his own half, because he's shifty, he likes to dribble, take players on. And going back there, he's just sort of trying to be more defensive.
So about 5 minutes remaining here, regulation time. Arteaga trying to get involved. Quiet since entering this game late.
It's credit to Coach Coleman, though, with 5 minutes to go. This is a very attacking formation. Nate Worth is pushing up there, and he's leading that midfield/forward line. And there's nothing really behind him other than the centre-backs. And that's his space that Rhode Island are trying to exploit.
Joe Brito now settling things. Amos Shapiro and Rhode Island right now just playing keep away. So Rowdies in the last 3 games up to this point have been outscored 10-1 here at Al Lang Stadium. That is a tough number to digest.
There again, Rhode Island just staying together as a group defensively. So when they win the ball, there are little pockets of space for them to play out of. Not getting stretched at all. Again, staying as a group.
Here it comes once more. Another shot and another goal. Rhode Island right now dominating here at Al Lang. Noah Fuson adds to the total.
Well, we've seen 3 incredible goals tonight from Rhode Island. And Fuson, like the 2 before him, Holstad and Herivo, makes the most of his space on top of the 18-yard box. Talk about technique. He looks up and just bends the ball into that far post. But the only reason, Drew, you can look up and bend the ball into any far post is because you have the time to do it. There's no one closing in on the ball. In this instance, you understand the Rowdies they're down 2 goals, pushing players up. But Holstad and Herivo and now Fuson have had all of Al Lang to take their time, pick out the corner, and just make Campisi pay.
So the Rowdies right now outmanned by a player, and Rhode Island making them pay dearly. This is going to be a tough one to get over for Tampa Bay. Final game of the homestand expected. A better performance here tonight. Looked like we were on track for that early on, but Rhode Island just taking control of this game and leaving no doubt before the Rowdies head to Lexington next week. This one knocked down by Vegas. Just a few minutes remain here in regulation. Fireworks after the game tonight. Many of the fans will stay, and hopefully that'll uplift the spirits just a bit of Rowdies fans. They have been put through a lot here in this homestand.
You know the type of fireworks you need to have to do that, Drew.
You know, one thing we did ask Coach Coleman earlier this week, we had a good conversation with him yesterday, and we said, Coach, have you thought about bringing in some players here? I mean, this is a moment perhaps where the Rowdies are going to need some help to look at some guys available around the league and around the world. And he confirmed, yes, that is something that we are looking at more and more.
Yeah, this organization, such a proud organization. Oh, Nick Moon brought down. That should be a yellow card, yep. Always a proud organization, the Rowdies, and they're always going to be looking to improve. And this record, which is going to go to 1-7-1, is just not good enough for this brand. 50 years, they're one of the pillars of soccer in this country. And for them to have this record, it is foreign to this organization to be at 1-7-1. And to their, you know, credit to them, they are looking for improvements to bring in.
90th minute now. Fernandez. This one headed down by Lasso. Forrest trying to be active in the box. And one more save here for Vegas. Three minutes extra time, 3 minutes. Rowdies will come back to Al Lang in 2 weeks, and they will take on for the very first time during a season South Georgia Tormenta FC. That'll happen in Jägermeister Cup play.
Drew, you know a thing or two about South Georgia Tormenta.
Man, oh man, do I ever. Here's Joe Brito on the attack. Right side. Brito trying to put it in front. Oh, another save by Campisi. That's as good a cross as you're going to get.
I love the vision, and it's going to be a yellow card. Looks like for Shapiro. But I love the vision. Instead of just crossing it into the mixer, dragging it back to the guy trailing at the far post, Campisi, just fantastic. Good one-time shots, foot save. Shapiro just had a late challenge on Moon.
You know, some passes, they seem a little bit longer than others, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's when you know they're putting that sweet spot, right?
Yeah, they're picking out their spots, correct.
That was one of them. Here's Skinner. Bassett double teamed. Pacios. And Pacios goes down. And our referee tonight able to make the call there. Elvis Osmanovic. Pacios will get up here a little bit slowly. He has run a lot tonight. So if you're just joining us, Lawrence White getting the red card for Tampa Bay tonight. And Rhode Island just running away with this game, adding 2 goals in the second half. Rowdies trying to tack one on here late. And that's going to be an offside for Arteaga.
The crowd loved it, though. Ball ends up in the back of the net. That's better than any fireworks you'll ever see.
Well, this crowd, their patience certainly has been tested, but if we know anything about Rowdies fans, they are loyal, they love this club, and they're going to support them to the very end. And the Rowdies will certainly figure things out. That's going to do it. 3-0 the final score. Rhode Island comes in here, shuts out Tampa Bay. And it is a Rowdies homestand complete without a victory. Tough one to swallow for Forrest Lasso and company. Rowdies have a lot of work to do. It's as simple as that. We'll wrap this one up when we come back to LA. 3-0 the final score. Rhode Island comes to Tampa Bay and they shut out the Rowdies. The Rowdies will now look ahead as they head to Lexington in 1 week. They'll come back here in 2 weeks to host South Georgia Tormenta FC. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. Had some bright spots in this game, some chances for the Rowdies, especially early. Second half, Rowdies knew what they had to do, just possess more. Got some good saves there. Nicholas Campisi gets a good one there.
Campisi did everything he can tonight to try and keep the Rowdies in the game. And his pass is his rocket. That would have brought the game back to 1-1. The woodwork comes to the savior of the Rhode Island. What a strike by the forward. But Rhode Island weren't done yet.
That was a setback for the Rowdies. They didn't seem to recover after that chance. Zach Harivo, who else? The former Rowdy, comes up with the blast.
Half Asian, half Japan, with an absolute beauty in Alang. What a strike. He's back, and he deserves everything that he gets because he fought through so much adversity to get back here.
So it was 2-0 at that point, and then just add one more cherry to the sundae, as it was Fusen. And 3-0 the final score. Campisi's expression says it all. Rowdies still looking for answers. Not the homestand they were looking for. And right now looking up at the rest of the Eastern Conference here at the moment. Final stats, we knew it'd come down to possession, and Rhode Island, that was the key for them.
They went back to their traditional, what they know how to do. Control the game in the middle of the park, play a 4-2-3-1, be methodical, control the tempo of the game, always stay in the game defensively. If we ever got points for corners, we'd have won the match, but that's not the case. 3 goals and 3 incredible goals. 3 goals of the week contenders for Rhode Island this week.
Upcoming schedule looks like this for Tampa Bay. Head to Lexington. I know the Rowdies going to enjoy that experience, as Kentucky now hosting a USL Championship club. South Georgia. After that, Tormenta coming in here for the very first time in something other than an exhibition. Blue City, Miami, and the Riverhounds of Pittsburgh on June 21st. So, Rowdies will try and turn the attention towards the future, still trying to make strides as a club, but right now certainly not the quality that they are looking for. Lots of season ahead, though. Plenty of time for Tampa Bay to turn things around. 3-0 the final score. Hope you enjoyed it. For Ryan Davis and our phenomenal Tampa Bay Rowdies television crew, I'm Drew Felios saying so long from Al Lang Stadium here in downtown St. Pete.
Telecasts of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.